Welcome to Latte with a Lawyer, a podcast dedicated to bringing you the stories of some of America's most successful lawyers, figuring out what makes them tick, how they creatively solve problems, and how others aspiring to be them can follow in their footsteps.
Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Latte with a Lawyer. I'm your host, Jonathan Brickman, and this afternoon we have Danielle Schroder from the law firm MacGillis, Wiemer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. I got to ask you, because it's Latte with a Lawyer, what's your morning beverage of choice?
Okay, so I start, thanks to my partner, Chris MacGillis, recommended I drink water before I drink coffee. So I force myself to drink at least one glass of water and then start the coffee IV. No, I'm just kidding. But I have black coffee, add milk and sugar to it. I do that every morning after my water.
Yeah. Isn't that funny where we have to force ourselves to drink water?
Right. Yes. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult, but I just want that caffeine to get the instant buzz and get going.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to get functioning without it. I know. Yeah, I do. The first thing I do, I wake up, I make the coffee, or at least I start it, take my daughter
Right.
for a walk. I come back, coffee's ready, cup of coffee, watch the news, and I'm ready to go every day.
Excellent. Nice
So,
routine.
yeah, exactly. So tell us, what kind of law you guys practice here?
So we do injury work, or at least me and my partners, we've got union and family law also at our firm. And I'm relatively new here. So I grew up in the law practice doing employment law, long-term disability disputes, ERISA, some wage and hour work. And over time, after about 10 years, I pivoted to injury cases. I wanted to be in the courtroom, and I really just found that I liked the injury work. And so weaned off of the employment benefits stuff and went to full-on injury.
Oh, excellent. So what kind of cases do you handle typically?
I've got a lot of premises cases.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then some, your typical motor vehicle. We've got a few wrongful death, an aviation case. So it runs the gamut of, your soft tissue fender bender to the full-on wrongful death.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of case to work on?
I think thus far it has been premises because, a lot of lawyers don't take them. And, it's Wisconsin, we have slip and fall cases and just, this mentality that they're bad cases. I think I like the challenge. I like, knowing that I can help people after they've had multiple lawyers tell them we don't take a slip and fall and, get good results for folks that unfortunately have had pretty, serious injuries. We've got people that break a bone, but then end up needing 3 surgeries, all because, that's an icy parking lot and it wasn't well taken care of. So thus far, I think the challenge of premises cases has been interesting and rewarding for me.
Oh, nice. Are there caps in the state of Wisconsin on those cases?
Not on premises,
Not
no.
on
We do
premises.
have, caps in med mal, and there's caps if you're suing municipality government. So fortunately not in the premises.
Okay. Have you had a chance to do a jury trial yet?
Not on a premises case.
Okay.
Last year, my partner and I had uh, it was a motor vehicle damages case that we had in Milwaukee County, and that was fun, but not on premises yet.
Okay, good. Wait, you're in Madison or Milwaukee?
I am in Madison. Our firm is based out of Milwaukee, and then we've got 2 lawyers and 2 staff members working in an office in Madison.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just talked to a firm yesterday from Milwaukee.
Okay.
So yeah. Don't ask me the name of the firm because I can't remember it. I have to look it up.
You talked to a few lawyers.
I've talked to quite a few, and it's really interesting because you guys all do different things, and It's interesting. It's also interesting that state by state, the rules
Yeah,
are different.
right.
And so that makes it interesting, you know. Um, oh, good. Anyway, so how long you been doing pure injury? You said what, the last how many years just doing personal injury?
Probably, I've done personal injury probably the last 5.
Okay.
But purely personal injury the last 2
Oh, okay.
years has been solely PI.
And you like that. That's what you like to
I
do.
Yes, I'm very much enjoying that.
Oh, good, good. What is it that you like? What do you like about it most?
Um, well, I always knew I wanted to do civil litigation. Um, I'll be honest, employment cases are tough. It's all about intent, and they can get kind of nasty when you've got um it's a relationship breakdown with a
Mm,
supervisor and
yeah,
an employee. And I think that, in this case, you've got a clear injury, you've got a clear harm that was suffered. And so it's yeah, making that person whole from the harm is very rewarding. And wading into medical records, understanding the terminology, and just kind of peeling back the layers of the onion. I enjoy digging into these cases. So
got it. Have you done medical malpractice or is that no?
no,
No, okay,
no,
got it.
yes.
But the firm does not do that, or you guys do some of
We've
that?
had a few. We've
Yeah.
had a few. I haven't personally.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's tricky stuff too.
It is. And there's caps in Wisconsin. And yeah, there's a lot of barriers, but God bless the people that take them and are able to help when something goes terribly wrong.
Yes. Um, good. Interesting. I mean, can you tell us about a case that was memorable or a fun one that you worked on or an interesting one?
Hmm. I was thinking more of the angle of kind of experience for newer, younger lawyers and um, just interesting situations. So, as I reflect back now on some of my experiences as a young attorney, it really was emblematic of this kind of law in action, which is a phrase that's used at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, that the law is only as strong as the people that are on the ground enforcing it. And
Right.
so one of my first cases was a wage and hour class action litigation. So you've got to have a lot of testimony from different employees about their customs and practices when they go to work and how they get paid to show that they're all similarly situated in this class. And so I was sent to Chicago to defend depositions of these individual plaintiffs. And they've got busy jobs. I think these people were security. Some worked overnight shifts. So when they weren't thrilled about having to come to a deposition after doing security overnight. And so I was trying to wrangle these people into their deposition. And one of them said, well, I can't find parking. I'm just going to turn around. And um, I was a new lawyer and didn't really know what to do, but knew he had to be there for his deposition. So said, just come here. We're gonna find you parking. You're not going home. I jumped in his truck, and we're driving through downtown Chicago, trying to find a parking spot and then get him up to his deposition. And I think that's just one example of how our job as lawyers is not just to look pretty in a courtroom. Like, we're dealing with real people and that have real lives, and that human aspect of the practice of law. And I was new, so I didn't know any different. But now, kind of looking back, I was like, that was kind of an odd experience, jumping into a vehicle with a stranger and trying to find him parking and get him to his deposition. But um, it was interesting
Yeah.
nonetheless. And just
Especially in
other,
Chicago, which is not an
right.
easy city to drive around.
Not at all. And I was not from Chicago. So, yeah, I mean, I took a deposition of an owner of a company in a shareholder dispute. It was pretty ugly, involving family of a business. And as I'm taking his deposition. He's getting more and more angry, throws up his hands, like, that's it, walks out of the deposition. And you're left there thinking, what just happened? Like, this isn't legal. I can file, for contempt or sanctions, but the practical reality is I just need his testimony. And so I think as a young lawyer, you run into these situations that you think, wow, they didn't teach me about this in law school, what to do when someone just stands up and walks out of a legal proceeding or doesn't appear or calls you and says, I'm not showing up. And I think you've got to work through those interesting situations, but it's part of what makes it fun too.
Yeah.
You're dealing with humans. And I think that's something, when you're sitting in law school, it can be easier to forget that, you're reading a case about a case, but when you jump into the practice of law, you're just dealing with real humans with real lives, and emotions can flare, and those are all things that you've got to deal with and keep your cool through the practice of law.
Yeah, no, I've often had that conversation with lawyers about that whole transition from, academia, classroom, ideal scenarios to the real world, right? And do you think it would make sense to have that third year be more of a transition, clinical kind of experience, right? As opposed to just going right from academia to, and then trying to figure out, like, how does it really work in the real world?
Right, exactly. And yes, and law schools do offer clinical experience. And I think, to younger lawyers who are listening, getting either in clinicals or in a law clerk position where you're doing legal work with a firm is one of the most valued things by attorneys and law firms in the practice, because you've had some of the real world experience and haven't just read about cases. And a lot of the practice of law, at least in litigation, is people skills, right? Dealing with clients, dealing with opposing counsel, dealing with adjusters, dealing with the courts. Judges
Yeah,
are people. And so, yeah, I think that there's nothing to replace that practical
yeah.
experience.
So how do you get those skills in the real world? Like, you have mentors, you attend these events. I mean, where do you get the skill set?
I think mentorship is a great option, a great avenue. So, I mean, sitting in our office and working on a computer all day shouldn't be what we're doing as lawyers. It's part of what we're doing, but it's not the full depth or breadth of what we should be doing. And so I think, talking to people, whether as many people as you can, is the way to go. So, um, that might have, I mentioned in what I shared with you is, I went through a time that was a challenging season where I really didn't know if I wanted to practice law anymore. And kind of what I say is hit rock bottom in 2021. And yeah, I think part of that was forgetting about the human aspect of the practice of law, that we are all human, including the lawyers. We want to be the hero, the person in the cape that, has the answers for our clients and have the answers to everyone who's relying on us, but we're human too. And so I think part of maybe my struggle was not recognizing that in myself and not having people that I felt safe with in terms of a mentor to rely upon and kind of bounce ideas off of. So when that happened for me in 2021, I reached out, cold called someone that I had seen speak on lawyer wellness at an event, a CLE event that I went to. Her name is Megan Hotman. She's a cyclist lawyer out in Colorado, and I saw that she did coaching. And so I reached out to her and had her as a kind of business coach, life coach, legal coach for 6 months to a year. And that made all the difference in the world. for me personally, but also in the practice of law, of really defining what I wanted to do and the type of lawyer I wanted to be. So I think finding mentors, finding people that you can trust and ideally aren't the person like setting your pay scale or supervising you, but it's someone outside of that bubble that can provide feedback is incredibly important for growth and sustainability in the practice.
Yeah, good for you for reaching out. Yeah, everyone needs a coach, right?
Right.
It's super helpful in any profession, just like in sports. I mean, it's better to have somebody that can give you an independent view and a little perspective, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Excellent. I was going to ask you, I'm curious, in the firm, you mentioned COVID, a lot of people made big transitions in the practice. Are you guys leveraging technology more in your practice?
Good question. So I changed firms after that transition. In our firm, we use Clio. We are kind of improving our technology in the sense of systematizing what we do through technology through the Clio platform. We use Dialpad for our calls, which can be made through the computer. And so we are certainly incorporating it, but I don't think it's a replacement for that contact with people. Like we need to meet people and have face-to-face conversations if we're taking them to trial. So I think we are incorporating technology, but it's just one piece. And
Yeah.
I know you've spoken to other people about AI. I'm not your AI expert on that, but not there yet. But we're never going to lose the human connection with our clients, and technology can only take you so far. So
Yeah. No, I don't think AI replaces people. I just, in terms of just creating efficiencies and leverage to operate
absolutely,
better, faster.
absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, good. What was I going to say? I'm kind of losing my train of thought here.
No problem.
Um, just skill set. I know you've been at this for a while now too, and you've made some changes. Just what do you need to be good at this thing? What's the skill set to be a good lawyer and maintain your sanity along the way
Yeah,
too?
that's it. And that's been the evolution for me. Is I think I started off as a person that was had a lot of tenacity, persistence, hard work. Those are things that you need as a lawyer. It helps if you like what you're doing because the passion itself will drive you to work hard to get results. And then what I learned through my own failures and my own self-reflection is that there's also a need for self-awareness, for compassion, for being okay with failure. And I going to school, I did well, uh, played sports, checked all the boxes, but that alone is not enough because you're going to have failures. And I think, my first big failure, quote unquote, a big loss in a case felt at the time like the end of the world, but all good lawyers lose cases. And I think learning to be okay with that and seeing failure as just another opportunity to learn is what will make the practice sustainable for folks. And I also learned that you need to take breaks, you need to stop, that there's a point where that persistence and tenacity can be unhealthy if it drives you off the ledge. And so that's where the self-awareness comes in, is learning that, I may need sleep. I do need sleep. All humans need sleep. That
Yeah.
that taking care of myself is important for taking care of my clients. So, I mean, there's many human lessons for people that can learn through the practice of law, but I
Yeah.
think having the dedication and work ethic then coupled with good wellness practices and self-awareness and um, grace when you fail, that those are qualities that you need to be a great lawyer.
Got it. Why'd you become a lawyer? I'm just step back a little bit. I mean, when did you make that decision to become a lawyer?
Yeah, so I mean, I have the cliche, I wanted to help people, but it's deeper than that. I went to UW-Madison. I was a political science major, interested in law and justice. But honestly, I didn't see myself as a lawyer. Every lawyer I knew in small town Wisconsin was um, a white male, to be frank. And so upon reflection, I think I didn't really have role models of strong women that were lawyers. And so it really wasn't in the realm of my consciousness of an opportunity available to me. When I was in college, my roommate's mom, she was a dean at the school, she said, "Have you thought about law school?" And it took a few people to ask me that question. You like poli sci, you like the law, you like justice. Have you thought about law school? It took multiple questions to then think, oh, I can think about law school. That is an option available to me. Um, and once that became a possibility within my reality, I was full steam ahead. I want to help people. I wanted to see justice in their lives. And so I went right from undergrad into law school. Once I was told I could think about law school. I don't have any lawyers in my family. So yeah, it just wasn't something I thought about in great deal.
Oh, interesting. And where are you from? Are you from Milwaukee? Where'd you grow
No,
up?
I'm from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. It's in northern Wisconsin. It's a small town, and our mascot is the hodag. So that is a dinosaur-like figure that we like to take pride in our unique mascot. It did win best mascot in the country a few years ago.
All
So
right.
yeah, so that's our claim to fame, but very small town, practically in Canada.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Yeah,
I lived in Chicago for about 3.5 years, and I've gone to Milwaukee. I've gone to Sheboygan and the Dells and all that stuff. I've taken
sure.
trips up there.
Keep going north,
Keep
higher.
going further up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And it gets kind of hilly up there, right?
Yes, we did. I mean, I wasn't far from the UP, Upper Michigan, so we
Yeah. Oh, okay.
had good ski hills up there.
Yeah. I've skied in
Hmm.
at Boyne in Michigan, and I played golf there, those golf courses. It's really beautiful up there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's interesting. And you got 3 kids. I'm looking at your background, right? You have 3 kids, so you're busy.
I'm busy. Yes. My youngest is 2, my oldest is 10. So a lot going on, and there is no balance, but you kind of learn to be okay with the chaos, and
Yeah.
there's always more work to do and more fun to be had. So
Yeah. No, it never really ends,
Uh,
does it? It just
right, right,
you have to sort of end it at some point. Otherwise it
right.
just keeps going. Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So all right, well, good. This is great. Just to wrap it up, final words just to leave about your firm that you want people to know, and the best way to connect with you if they want to learn more.
Sure. So our firm is MacGillis Wiemer in Wisconsin. We do injury work, and we really care about our clients. I think that's one of the focal points of what we do is making sure that our clients are well cared for. I would just say go to our website, www.macgilliswiemer.com. And I can be reached personally at Danielle, DANIELLES, at MacGillisWiemer.com.
Excellent. Good deal. Well, listen, I enjoyed it, and thank
Good.
you for sharing the human side of
Absolutely.
lawyering. That was really good. And
Absolutely.
for everybody, again, Danielle Schroder and with MacGillis Wiemer, and this is sponsored by EmotionTrac, which is a legal tech platform, and we help people like you, litigators, prepare for mediation and trials with our Insights platform. So thank you, Danielle. I'll let you get back to your busy life.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
You bet.